So, autism and life leverage. What do I mean by leverage? Let's get straight into the video. Get to know me personally with my one-on-one coaching. First call is absolutely free. Check the link out in the description. So, I made a big mistake with my business that I'm running. So, for the people who don't know, I run a business that is dedicated to teaching young people safe driving habits and gain confidence before they get their learner's permit. So that's using go-karts at my work. So I figured out that I made a big mistake in regards to how I was coming across my weekends and my work. So pretty much, to conclude it, I was doing tasks that were very important and that were important to get done, but I had a task that was actually more high leverage, and I'll get into what leverage means in a moment, but this task was high leverage so that I could get to my desired outcome maybe quicker. So here's a photo of a pry bar, right? So as you can see from the photo, the person is at the very top of the bar and pushing down to be able to lift the rock up, right? Now, if you go all the way down to the bottom and you try to lift the rock up from like a lower point, instead of grabbing it all the way at the top, you grab at the bottom, you will then need 10 times the amount of effort to be able to lift the rock up. And that's what leverage is. Leverage is what is a task that you can do to be able to get the most out of something, but also at the same time you're actually working less at the same time. So you're winning in both regards. It's like a double win, because you're putting less energy into pulling the bar down. If you're all the way up here and you're pulling the bar down, you're putting less energy to do that. You're exerting less energy, and you can also move a heavier rock to be able to lift that rock. And I believe in life, there's a lot of things you can do that have the same, it has the same idea and ideology to it. It's a bit more complicated, but that's a simple way to put it for you to understand. So with my business, what I was doing wrong was I was grinding on all my work that wasn't really giving me much, let's say, reward or feedback, or giving much result that I needed, right? So then I decided to change. I decided to go out. So with my business, I work on weekends, which means I stay at my work. I don't get paid, to try getting people, right? To try working on a business, or see if someone is interested and I can talk to them. But the issue is I wasn't out with the customers to be able to try getting them. So I had an idea, and I went, I could put a sign that says free driving tips, and then people will approach me, right? Now, the problem with this is that I now have to be out where the sounds are, people, commotion, the go-karts going around, really noisy. So then that's actually causing me to not do as much work on my computer for my business. But what I didn't realize before was being out there and interacting with the customers was actually more important and beneficial to what I'm doing than just sitting at my laptop and doing nothing, or sitting at my laptop and getting a lot of stuff done, because my biggest problem at the moment is interacting with people, communicating with customers, So I need to be able to do those things, get the word out there as well, to get my business to flourish more. Because if I'm not communicating anything right, well then who's going to buy from me? Who's going to buy my product? So that's where I need to go out there and practice communicating with customers and also get their feedback. Oh, why aren't you interested in the program? Oh, I'm not interested in that yet. Sorry, he's a bit young. You know, like just all those things that are actually high leverage in my regard, high leverage. And also, I would also say it's easy for me to do that. It's hard communicating with people and finding the, trying to convince them. But I enjoy talking to people. I love doing that. It's just that I'm not good at it yet. And I'm going to get better as I do it more. And the more practice I have, the better I'm going to get. And also the more I'm going to learn about my target customer that I need. So I'm trying to think of something a little bit more practical, because that's a little bit more complicated. And how can you apply leverage to your life? There's a lot of ways you can apply this. Honestly, I couldn't say it all in one video. I couldn't really even give you an example because it is complicated. It depends on what you need and what you're looking to get at in life to be able to get a lot of leverage out of what you want. But sometimes you'll know you don't have leverage on something. Maybe you've worked so hard on something. Maybe you're just working so hard on the wrong areas of life. Maybe you just don't need to work on this thing right now. Maybe you need to work on something else to be able to lift the rock up, to be able to increase your leverage. So in conclusion, what you need to do is find the high leverage task that you need to do to improve your life. Okay, for example, you're not fit. Well then, maybe you have to go to the gym every day. Maybe you have to do that to get you out of the routine, to get you in a routine. Maybe you need to try to do something less of something else, but do more gym work so that you get fitter. And then when you go to do whatever that something else is, you'll actually feel better. For example, this is just a broad example that I can give you to simplify what I'm trying to say. So, for example, you work on your fitness, that makes you feel better, that makes you work better, and that's going to make you happier in the long run. Therefore, with your other things that you're doing, you might end up doing a better job at the other things you're doing in life. So that's the end of this video. Like and subscribe to watch more educational content about autism and how to be an independent young man on the autism spectrum. Anyway, thank you.